welcome to City Skylines, episode 21. We continue Rosedale, and finally we're finishing it. I know this was a two-part episode, but it is better than having a 40-minute long episode, in my opinion. So, yeah, this lovely neighborhood will be completed in this episode, and all the people should start moving, and this should balance the ratio of workers that they need in this area. So let's get right into it, shall we? So right over here I'm placing a nice park which will serve two purposes. It will be a park for people to just relax and just walk through and just enjoy the scenery, but it will also be a park dedicated because right next to it there will be a commercial place. It will be a shop or something, and they will just serve beer and food on those tables. So yeah, that's why I thought that was pretty cool. So don't mind these skyscrapers. It's just a little I'm just showing you guys what I want to do in the next episode. Alright, so there you go. They're open up. It looks like an ice cream parlor, but I am removing it because it was facing on this little back street, which I really don't want to. So yeah. So the traffic situation is getting kind of out of hand, but I will fix that eventually, and after it's perfect. Put the little Canadian flag right by the police station, because it is Montreal after all, which is in Canada, boys and girls. So I put this nice spire right in the middle because it just adds to the whole ambiance, and it just this neighborhood is not like super ghetto, but it's not fancy as hell either. But the spire just brings a nice little like fresh vibe to it, and it just looks like because the buildings might make it look a bit ghetto, that spire just gives like a effect. So like, yeah, I'm aware that these buildings that I'm placing now are like really ghetto, but wait till you see the final effect. It looks cool because it's nice that how you have the park, and then in the back you have these buildings completing it. And after all, they're very close to the industrial sprawl, so I mean, it would only make sense, guys. And you know, I mean, there's housing units for everyone. I mean, over here the lowest of the society come and work here because they have jobs. I mean, you don't need any education to work a oil drill. So I mean, you know, you gotta take that in hand too. So there you go. Now I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for something, and I think I'm looking for the concrete. Yeah, just so that it looks a bit more like concrete jungle. Because although this suburb, because it is a suburb, it is on an island, and it is pretty far from the main city. Although it is pretty far, it is still a pretty densely packed neighborhood, and it does seem a bit far from the main city, but I will connect it with a direct bridge and tunnel, which will facilitate its access so much more. And this will become essential for the city. Without this island, the city cannot exist, honestly, because this oil is like the source of so much of their revenue. This is a really nice building, by the way, guys, but it obviously doesn't belong in this neighborhood. It belongs downtown for sure. And I mean, the buildings that I'm placing now, they're not all that bad. So I'm placing them right over here in this like tight block, so that it creates a nice effect of density. And they're all different heights, different colors, different shapes too. But here, for example, I didn't put them on the end, just because I thought that would be way too crowded, and then it wouldn't look as cool anymore. Especially, you see this too, it just doesn't look natural. So I just end up putting, well, you'll see, something pretty interesting. Besides the concrete, don't worry, it's not just the concrete. Yeah, so I realized I put a bit too much concrete and it just made me vomit. So now I'm just looking. That's perfect. Right off the main road, billboard, that's what you need, especially in a high traffic neighborhood such as this. And wow, to my surprise, what is it? It is a bare ass woman. So this woman over here is, I mean, I was pretty satisfied with the result. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting to see this, but anyway. So it's called Dale Park, guys, but as you guys, like, this whole neighborhood for now, but as you guys know, it will be called Rosedale. It is just because I have not changed its name. So right over here, guys, can you guess what I will build right in this patch that I am flattening right now? It will be one of the key elements of the city, I guess. This city. You guys guessed right. It's a park. So yeah, I mean, it will be a park that will kind of like extend behind homes that are on the main road. You'll see the final effect. It turned out pretty cool. And I would also create, well, this whole, the entrance to this neighborhood right over there where the buildings are taller has a much more cold vibe to it and is not as homey. But over here, as you can see, the houses have changed and it changes drastically the whole atmosphere. I mean, these houses are just amazing. They range from not that bad to pretty ghetto, but at the end of the day, who really cares if you're living, you know, a nice life and you're having fun and you're playing with your brothers and your friends and your sisters or whatever the hell you're doing, and you're just running outside the whole day. You know, you're gonna have some crazy memories and you're gonna cherish this neighborhood as hell. So that's what I wanted to create in this neighborhood, just a very, very cozy effect and something that, like, people, let's say you grow up in this neighborhood, you just come back to this neighborhood and you're like, oh, this was the life. Because in this neighborhood, yeah, there will be lots of densely packed homes, but in the same time, there will be lots of open green areas. Not necessarily an open as in, yeah, there will be like trees and things, but just like a nice little field or a green field or something. The kids just running, you know, that's what I was aiming for. So this road over here, which is like the main avenue, it's gonna end in a nice little roundabout. And this roundabout, I'm building it with like half units. And yeah, so there's a roundabout at the beginning of this road and one at the end. So this way, I ensure that it remains highly residential, because it's kind of like a dead end too. I mean, I will create more roads after, but I mean, there won't be a direct connection to the highway or whatever, so trucks will never go on that road. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys a bit what the island looks like so far. If this is the first episode you see, if you haven't seen the previous one, and if you haven't, I mean, by all means, go check it. It's really good. So yeah, so I placed the trees on the side of the road, not as much in the park. The park is more barren, but on the side of the road, because that way it is more isolated. And that car garage thing that I placed is key for this neighborhood. It just makes the whole place be much more of a vibrant neighborhood. It's more of a mix, you know, it's more of like an immigrant neighborhood or whatever, and people are just trying to get by various means. And there are no restrictions to what you can do in this neighborhood. So you just plop a garage on the main road between all the houses if you want, and everybody will be happy. People actually won't give two craps, because this is what this neighborhood's all about. It's all about memories and about on a very organic way of living. And this neighborhood was perfect for a skate park. I mean, if you live in this neighborhood, just look at these houses. Like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna go in the skate park all day. I mean, it's just these houses. The skate park just completes these houses, and vice versa as well. So now I deleted that house because I found out I had some shorter ones, which makes it once again look really cool because, well, it gives that nicer effect of the middle being more open and whatnot. But I also end up deleting it just because now this will kind of just be like a nice big open area. Nothing really inside, just if you live in that area, your kids are just gonna play in that field for sure. I mean, why wouldn't they? So I mean, this middle area right now that I'm flattening out kind of, if you live in one of these houses, this is like the place to be. So yeah, and now I just created like a little thing like this, so it's a bit flat on the bottom, just so play soccer or whatever. Now I'm creating right in the middle something kind of more like a community center, and they have a shit ton of tennis fields, and yeah, right in the back over here, the pit stop, the garage repair, the car garage, you know, it's a bit ghetto. I put those fences around those trees. Now I'm just going nuts with trees. I mean, this tree I'm using right now, I just love it. It's really, really cool because I don't want to use any other, like what are these called? Like pine trees. Like, I know they're like in the same family, but I don't want to use pine trees just here because we're not even on the mountain. So that car, by the way, that guy, he was driving pretty fast on his road to end up with his car over there. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to put trees that are like too that are like super like piney as fuck because like I'll just put those on the hills and on the mountains, because over here it's basically ocean level, so you know they don't really fit. But those trees over there, they're perfect for this. These willow trees are essential if you want to make an area super relaxing. But the thing is, you can't put them anywhere because sometimes they just don't fit the theme. They're just too low. I mean, they fit like you'd find them in your grandma's neighborhood, but you wouldn't find them behind like some big like 25-story apartments like these ones on this road. So that's why I put them more in the park. So now the whole concept is just like bushifying this area as hell, and that hill's too behind. I will make them a bit larger, actually, taller and wider, just so that it feels even more hidden away. And as well, I mean, I will fill it up with trees. So the main avenue is getting its fair share of trees as well. And finally, for the park, this park would not be as cool if it wouldn't be for the main thing in the middle. The reason why people go into this park, this amazing statue or sculpture. And I mean, look, the people are taking pictures. You know, they got it too. They understood this thing is one hell of a nice sculpture. I mean, I'm not the only one here that noticed it in town. And yeah, these buildings are just annoying me. They've just been low land value. I mean, I just put them a sculpture over there, like the fucking sixth wonder of the world, and they're still complaining. So, you know, I'm getting rid of them. I'm putting some other buildings. It's not like I don't have enough anyway. So put a nice little orange one. That's a like cool one. And over here, I thought about placing a taller one just because it's near the park, and the land value is higher. So now we are kind of done with the main road, and I am focusing on this bus terminal, because initially I had placed the bus terminal they had in the game, but that is huge. I mean, I didn't want to put something like that in the game. I mean in this area, because that would have been giant. It's like twice the size of the roundabout. So I forget that. I'll just build my own bus terminal like I used to before, like a year ago when the game came out, because bus terminals didn't exist. I would just create lots of little roads and I would just put the bus stops there. So yeah, that could have been cool, but I won't put it. Instead, I think I'm just putting like cement or something, but it does turn out pretty nice. But so an essential thing is parking lots. Now I'm just trying to figure out where to put them. I extend the road, I put them side by side, and yeah, I mean, you don't need too much parking lot since this neighborhood is not massive, but at the same time it will be connected to the city by like some closer bridges really soon, so that will make this neighborhood almost feel like it's downtown, almost. So now I put these rails around just so it feels more closed in, and I put that little thing over there, the little thing with like the brown roof, just because it kind of feels like a little chalet or something, or a little like common room where people can go and wait for the bus if it's raining or whatever. I know it's a bit far, but at the end of the day, I don't care, because it could also be like a little community house or whatever, community center where they just go and they can play games or whatever. Kind of like the tennis fields. Because this community is bomb as fuck. I mean, I would really want to live in this neighborhood. Just like there's so many, there'd be so many kids, yo, like playing everywhere. All these houses. I mean, there's so many people living in such a tight neighborhood area, and yeah, I mean, I will fill it up with houses anyway. You're gonna see real soon what I'm talking about. So now I bushified it quite nicely, and that's over there, a taxi stand, and yeah, I really like this bus terminal. So basically I'm just gonna put some commercials now, because it's a bus terminal and it is perfect for this. I mean, where else, I mean, what other place could have that much traffic than a bus terminal? I mean, right now there aren't too many people and yeah, but I mean, I will put more bus lines, and I will put bus lines going downtown and whatnot, and trust me, the traffic will increase. Plus, this whole island is like my first offshore neighborhood that I built for the city. So I mean, I'm putting lots of love into it, lots of details, and I will connect it with lots of buses. And I mean, I'm not putting a metro here. I did put a metro in Belmont Hills, even though it was on a mountain, and I'm aware that like if that would exist, that would be one hell of an expensive metro upgrade. I mean, to get the fucking metro up those hills, that is complete nonsense. But that's why but I mean, Belmont Hills does have the money too, so yeah. But here there won't be no metro, no. So there you go. I just placed a lot of these smaller houses over here. It's just filling up quite nicely. I gotta admit, this area that I'm building in right now is probably like my favorite part of the whole neighborhood of Rosedale, because I mean, it just has such a nice vibe to it. After I'll show you guys, I'll just zoom in on the road, I'll just walk through it. It is just so nice, and it will be full of paths and trees, and I mean, it's so nice, and the tennis field adds so much character to the whole neighborhood. And yeah, this just feels so cozy, and it has a kind of European effect, vibe to it. So I like that a lot. Because I didn't download too many like district, like themes for districts. But now using the Rico mod, it kind of is like I have a district mods. You know what I mean? Because these houses are like, I don't know, they're probably Eastern European or whatever. So talking about these paths will literally go everywhere. All these little houses, their front door will be connected to a path because they have a little slab of cement right in front of their houses, and it just annoyed me just that the slab just ends there, so I just connected on the path. Over here, what I'm doing, I am building the tunnel I was talking about, which will provide a direct connection to downtown. Only thing is, it was so complicated to build the tunnel. I mean, look at the huge curve that I had to make. I couldn't make it go straight. Finally, I am now placing a little centerpiece for a roundabout in this lovely neighborhood, and I find it turns out pretty cool. And another thing I'm doing is I am connecting both villages with a road now. And last but not least, just a little few minutes of me continuing with this little road back in the Rosedale cool part. And this is kind of like higher up on a hill, but it's not on. Anyway, you guys are gonna see where it is pretty soon. It's like to the left, to the right of Main Avenue. You see where it is? Anyway, yeah. So over here too, they have like open spaces and whatnot, and you can clearly have lots of fun here. But guys, this episode is soon coming to an end, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is one where I played a lot with the Rico mod, and I love Rico mod. So yeah, I hope you guys love this video as much as I did while I was making it. And tune into the next episode, and see you later. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what you like most about this video. Bye bye guys.